To What's a Miracle Without a Plan. It's a podcast series of behind the scenes. We're going to be doing like behind the scenes of weddings and also giving insight to our clients or customers or potential clients about like the wedding planning process. Today on the show, we have Brittany and Jameel, the Wallaces. So they recently were married July 21st, 2023 at the Spring Cypress. So welcome them to the show. With you guys being my very first episode, I do want to kind of give like a little insight behind like what's a miracle without a plan. I came up with the name because it's more than just weddings. Like you'll see us doing like, I know I'm going to a football game next week and like talking through them, like what was the plan for this football game? Like how did this plan come to fruition? If you lost, then why did you lose? You know what I mean? Like on the spot. So I'm going to do like a little bit more. I'm going to try to pull it out of you. Like I'm going to pull it out of you. You know, if you go to a podcast or you interview somebody and they're like, why did you lose? Well, we lost because Jimmy dropped the touchdown throw. Well, was Jimmy prepared for that touchdown throw? That's like the extended question that I asked. So it's just like what's going to happen in your life without a plan? Like it's just, that's the whole basic point of the podcast. I'm working on doing some like speaking opportunities for schools and things like that. And just because, you know, I used to be a teacher. Mm-hmm. So staying in that motion of just inspiring kids. But a lot of time kids don't have a plan for nothing. Right. And then when I get into talking to them, it's like they don't even have an A or a B plan. So just that's what this podcast will dive into. I say it's a podcast YouTube series because it's gonna be both. Like I'm gonna do behind the scenes of weddings. I'm gonna do behind the scenes of talking to kids. I'm gonna try to branch it out into a mentorship program. Everything will be marketing like what's a miracle without a plan.
I like it.
Right?
Yeah, I like that.
It's a little bit long, but it's like it flows. You know,
it
flows.
Because you need a plan.
It's catchy.
Yeah, it's catchy. It's like catchy. You need a plan. I mean, me personally, I feel like you need a plan for your major accomplishments or what you want to accomplish in life. Right. You like just like today. I'll give you an example. I didn't have my plan set to have this just like fully blown out. I was tired last night. I should have did this shit last night. Right. Mm-hmm. But like the plan didn't work out. But I mean, if you're a good problem solver, you kind of make it work out.
Exactly.
So good. All right. So today on the show, y'all, we have Jameel and Brittany. This was a recent client of mine. I'm not even gonna say recent because we're like embedded in family. So I'm gonna say like family of a recent family member of mine or whatever you want to call it. When I first met Brittany, I just knew she was gonna sign. But we're gonna get into like why she was gonna sign today. So we're going to get into a bunch of topics like why did you sign? We're going to talk to Jameel about like, you know, I didn't speak with Jameel until I think Tammy.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the second meeting.
Maybe the second meeting, like behind the scenes process. How did it feel? So I got a couple of questions for y'all, but first we're going to pop the champagne.
Let's pop the champagne.
All right, we're going to pop the champagne. Y'all go ahead and do that.
Mr. Wallace, do
the honors. Drink, the Wallace way.
The Wallace way.
Should have got some Remy because they had Remy at their wedding, y'all, like crazy.
We was drinking that last night.
Like crazy.
Yeah, that was our signature drink.
Hopefully it ain't going.
Nah, they ain't on my carpet.
I know. I got you.
There we go. This champagne gonna make it all better.
Yeah.
So I told the employee at the store that this was a special occasion, so they gave us a special champagne.
For real?
Special champagne?
Because you said you wanted wine at first.
I know. I'm like, no, we need a little bit
of... See, I'm not even drinking right now, but I'm drinking for them.
There we go.
That's family. You got to drink for family.
Cheers to the first episode.
Yes.
There we go.
All right, there we go. All right.
Okay, let's get it.
So let's dive right into the questions.
Okay.
So this episode, y'all, is going to give you a little bit insight of the planning process. Brittany and Jameel completed the planning process, so they know, you know, how I do things, and they're going to help you out. Like this is not for you to choose Coordinating Miracles or to choose me. This is honestly to help you plan your wedding or help you throughout the process. I do want you to choose me, but I don't want you to think as if like I am full grown on or going to talk bad about any other planner company or any situation. I'm not. I will say if a vendor messed up. Like I will say that, but I'm not gonna just everybody make mistakes. Like I made a mistake on a couple of weddings too before, so it's not a big deal. Okay. All right. So Here we go. I got my questions ready. I sent some. I sent some questions to Brittany,
Oh, she didn't tell me nothing
but
about
I
that.
didn't send like all of them.
She
You know,
didn't
because
say
I think like in the moment questions are also better. We give you processing time to like answer the question, and I'm gonna pull it out of you. All right. So, what were your first steps in the wedding? Like in the wedding planning process, like after you got engaged, what was your next step? What was your next immediate step?
For me, well, I think we set our date
Yeah, we set our date.
and then the venue.
The venue, it was the date, then the venue. The date came from each number meant something.
There we go. There we go.
Mhm.
So
Because I remember this.
with the date, she came up with we got engaged on our 7th year of being in a relationship. The 21st was what?
We originally planned for 22nd because that's when our daughter was born, June 22nd.
Mhm.
And then Saturday, for the future brides out there, Saturday is a lot more expensive
There
in
you go.
planning a wedding than Friday.
Okay.
So when we seen that additional $2,000 difference
Right.
from a Saturday versus Friday, we went ahead and changed that day. And we said, okay, we're going to keep 7, like he said, our 7th year. And then we changed it to the 21st and then 2023.
Got it. So
after that, once the venue was set, the date was set, I started to research coordinators.
okay.
And I mean, from beginning to end, I had no idea that there is a full service coordinator, there's a partial, there's a day of.
Yeah.
And so my research came from the venue first. They gave me their preferred vendors. I went, I did my research. I did maybe at least 5 consultations until I got to you.
Oh, really?
I did. Yep. I did at least 5 consultations, and I'll be calling him. And he didn't sit on any of the consultation. My maid of honor sat in on it with
Right,
me.
yeah.
And so, horrible experiences. You know, I'm not going to say the coordinators that I did.
Well,
but
what you don't have to call them out, but what experience? So, and I don't want I don't want this show to seem like I'm perfect or my company is perfect, because I'm going to let you tell me where I made mistakes, because I know I made a mistake or where I can improve on. You know what I mean?
Right.
Those type of things, because that's the only way that you improve in your business, if you get feedback from your clients. 100%.
Right.
You can't have this motive of you know what you're doing, and I think that's where like businesses fluctuate. But okay, first before we get into who did you interview with, because that was a question. The planning process. So as a planner, my suggestion is always to sign with the planner before you sign with the venue. What do you feel about that?
I loved your perspective on that, but I tell a lot of like my future brides, people that reach out to me on social media, figure out what type of bride you are. And I knew what I wanted at first, and I knew what I needed help with, and I knew what I did not need help with. I knew I needed help with the partial planning of the process, but I knew the venue. And then when I did start talking to a lot of coordinators, I like the perspective of, let me review your contract. They'll try to, they'll be hidden agendas. There'll be hidden fees that you may not want to look out for. But me, I'm a stickler in looking at contracts already. So I think if you just, exactly, I think you need to know who you are first. Can you look at this venue? Can you view this contract? And if you can't, yes, absolutely. I think you should do it with the coordinator.
So, and then for you guys is like out there and like talking about or working with planners, those are different prices. If you get a planner before you book the venue, it's going to cost more than booking with them typically after. I mean, that's just my packages, but typically after, because we are going to look at each venue and like make it align with what you want to spend. Now, if you already go with the venue, Spring Cypress, for an example, or any venue, and you have a budget, and then you come with the planner, that's when they may have to redo your budget or work with you on those type of things. So that's good. That's good. That's some good insight. Okay, so you got that one. That's how you expanded on a good job.
Okay.
So the people that you interview with, what is something that you were like, that was in interviews that you said like, this is a no-go, like I just don't feel it? Because I know you're a big feel person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I know y'all are a big feel person.
That's
just, I know that. Like it's just a big feel person. It doesn't, because price didn't matter. It felt right.
Right.
Price mattered. I'm not gonna say like, here we go.
We weren't trying
they're not rich, y'all. We're not rich.
Right. We're not.
Price mattered, but it didn't matter in terms of service. And that's what I really love about you guys. Like, how would I feel it? Okay, cool. The price, okay, cool. Let's figure it out.
Yeah.
That type of thing. So
that's a great question. Some encounterments that I had was, our meeting, and I will never forget this one. When I told one of the coordinators that I was doing a consultation with, and I remember telling you, I said, hey, I want to do an outdoor wedding. And she immediately said, I don't do outdoor weddings in the summer. I'm sorry, I don't do that. And her exact words was, I don't do that. And I was like, oh, okay. And she said, yeah, I'm sorry. That's just not me. And it was just, you know, the delivery, the energy. This was in the first 10 minutes of the conversation.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, I don't know what else we need to talk about because this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
As opposed to you, I don't know if I need to start on you just yet.
Yeah, you can
But giving examples. I remember, you know, those was like a stickler question for me. And I remember asking the same thing to Howard. Howard was like, listen, this is, you know, this is the circumstances of having it outside, but if this is what you want to do, we're going to make it work. We're going to figure something out.
Right.
Giving me options. We'll serve water. We'll do this. We'll do that. And that was like a no-go for that one.
Right.
And I was like, okay, so basically what I want is not your priority as a coordinator. And that's fine, but that's not the person I want to go with.
So Brittany is from background. Brittany and Jameel are from California.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's another thing that y'all have to understand in terms of their wedding. All right, listen up very closely, y'all. This is crazy. Their entire family is from California. Like, it's 5 or 10 guests in Houston. All right.
Right.
So when you're planning, like when we're planning, and it's like you continue to think about that. California is not used to Houston heat, right? Oh. So I'm glad you came up with that. Like, my process of thinking through that is like, I always want to give you what you want, and regardless of I don't think it's ever like the right or wrong thing to do. I think the plan that we came up with really works. So we did a pre-cocktail hour inside the venue, all AC, water, right? I think it was, I don't know the time, based on the timeline, it was like 3:50, go outside, boom. We already have water stations outside too. Run the ceremony, come back inside. Right. So it wasn't ideal for the like California people, but I don't think they really complained about it.
No, we got a couple little comments.
But at the end of the day, you know, you still figure it out. Yeah. But you figured it out. We came up with the idea with the fans, and if you look at the wedding video, everybody was like, on clock.
Our favorites was our fans, and you know, I've always wanted to do an outdoor. We're from California. I never imagined we would get married in Houston, Texas. Yeah. So I was like, what? And the purpose of us picking that venue is because they had an outdoor ceremony and an indoor reception, and I'm like, no, but I'm gonna be honest, the date, the summer, we did not put 2 and 2 together, and Howard made sure we still got what we wanted.
I'm not gonna lie. When you said outdoor, I said, Brittany, you know, everybody gonna have a problem with just being outside.
He works outdoor.
I was telling her that.
It's too hot. Like, everybody gonna be sweating.
So, see, that's the thing. Like, you don't need a planner in this situation. Well, you don't need to hire a planner before the venue in this situation. If you know what you're doing, you know what you want. A lot of times when people get into like planning their wedding at the beginning process, they don't know, and it's okay not to know. Yeah. But it's also, you need to have someone that you trust in those situations. And like I always tell people at the consultation, if you don't hire me, or if you don't hire, you know, whoever you hire, just make sure that you talk to their clients, like talk to their past clients. That's it.
That's one thing she was she was adamant about. Like, once she find people on Instagram,
just talk to their past clients,
and then she'll hit their clients up and like, hey, how do you like working with this person and stuff like that.
Yes,
that was definitely her.
You have to, because I mean, like, I can give you fake Google reviews all day, you know, and this is a service based business. This isn't Walmart to where it's like, you know, you can tell if the item is messed up, or if the item, and you can return it. You can't return this money. You can't return. You cannot return this investment.
Do you remember when I told you our first consultation? I was like, so I reached out to your brides, and he was like, you did. Yeah. And then I think at that moment, I felt like you knew what type of bride I was.
No, once you tell me you reach out to my brides, I know I'm good.
Yeah, I did, and I reached out to 2.
The thing is like, regardless of like a relationship that I have with a bride, or I would say this for me, like me personally, you know, I gave it my all. Yes. If I messed up, giving it my all. Like, they would, like, if I messed up, or if I did a mistake, or if I made a mistake, well, he messed up, but he did give it his all. Yeah. He answered the phone at 9:00.
Yeah.
He talk after business hours. He might be driving and throw a quick meeting in there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's the thing that I like will live on, like in terms of my business. Like
you do.
I'm not gonna say I don't mess up. I'm not gonna say we don't mess up. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna ever like just. I will speak highly of myself, but you know what I mean.
You got to.
If you talk to my brides, you know, if you talk to my brides, like they'll tell you like, oh shit, like yeah.
One thing I could say is all our family, they love you.
Yeah.
Like Howard he did his stuff.
Good. Our guests.
Yeah. But it's also my staff too.
Your staff,
the staff is crazy.
Yeah.
They made me feel so presidential.
The staff is crazy.
That's one thing I did want to mention was your staff. His staff, hey, they A1. Like
the staff is in. The staff is crazy. Like
without the staff,
y'all like.
And honestly, to have a staff like that and to have them carry out your business as if it's their business,
they don't play.
That is like an understatement of blessings for you.
I'm always telling them thank you, and it's like
you would think it was their business.
Yeah, you exactly.
Because don't nobody go hard for your business like you, but no,
but they do.
They were like
I
on
swear
it.
To God,
I'm like, is this y'all business?
Yes, they do.
They are not playing.
I'm telling you, they're not playing. I mean, in terms of like management, I set the tone, and I'm very, very crazy. But like they don't play. Like, oh, how we know this? How we gonna have this? How we gonna have this? So that's why I'm so confident in my style to where I'm actually getting confident in my style to where I'm actually about to like we're growing to a point to where they're going to host their own events. Like it's getting there. It's getting there. I'm working, and that's why I want to talk to you about like where we can grow, because I think where we can grow, what you're gonna tell me is what I've been working on.
Okay.
So, but yes, like my staff is great. My staff, like they work full-time jobs, y'all. They're not like, you know.
Oh wow.
They're not like assistants or like freelancers. These motherfuckers work full-time jobs.
Do they have a passion in like what they're doing?
Yes, okay. They do. I would speak specifically about like I have staff members, the twins. I don't know if they were there, Jared and Gerard. Yeah, the DJ.
Oh yeah.
So
they
were
twins.
Yeah. That's probably why y'all was looking left and right. They have twins. There was twins. I promise.
Wait, it was two of them there?
Yes,
bro.
Yes. That's why y'all was looking like, what's going on? I promise.
Wait, because I thought one was helping set up, and then I'm like, why are you helping set up? I thought he was a DJ.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. He'll help with the floors because he know how to do that. But like the thing about them is like them two, they're head coach of football teams. Well, one of them head coach, one of them offensive coordinator. So literally, like they'll go football game Friday night and Saturday morning 9 a.m. coming here. And mind you, I went to one of their football games on Friday and I was tired at 10 o'clock. I was like, damn. So it's like I have that type of help that is like,
that's amazing.
Like, it's crazy. Like I can go on. I mean, I can talk about Kayla. I can talk about Alicia, Destiny. Like even like I get high school students. Like I used to teach Wilbert. All of them are really, really great. But it's just I don't know. I'm really blessed.
You really are.
I really am blessed.
Your team
I'm
is
really
nice.
blessed about my team, 100%. Like 100%. I always tell y'all my team is different. Yeah. And so when I'm in consultations and talking to people, they be like, "Who is we? Who is we?" You'll see. Like, you'll see, because they gonna show up, and when they show up, they gonna do their thing. All right, so that's good. Good insight about that. I have a ton of questions. I'm gonna pull some good ones. Let's see. How do you feel about sending an invoice to guests that didn't attend your wedding? So the guests that didn't attend your wedding, send them an invoice like, hey, like you owe me $250.
I seen something about that, but honestly,
I saw it on Instagram the other day.
Yeah, because that was like a big issue, and people, they was like, she was right, she was wrong. But me personally, that's exactly why I need confirmation. Yeah, because I need to know. I'm not being an asshole about it. I'm not bugging you. I just need to know, because at the end of the day, this is what we paying for. So we don't want to just pay for plates or pay for you to be here, and then at the last minute you like, oh, we can't make it. Yeah, that could have been money we saved in our pocket.
So then when we're thinking about that, like, how was that procedure from the planning side of getting guests to RSVP? How did y'all like the coordinating miracles procedure of getting guests to RSVP for your event? And if there's anything that we could have done better, let us know.
Go ahead, babe.
I think he got great feedback. I remember he told me one of his groomsmen, you know which one I'm talking about. He said his groomsman Tone, he said he had a reply to him. He was like, damn, y'all organized over there. Okay. And what we did was for the guests, Howard came up with and electronic. I needed to get a way to figure out how I can get their address and their phone numbers and their names individually. You created some sort of sheet. I have no idea how you did that, but you sent it to me. I sent it out to them. It was really beautiful. And I think we did this maybe 9 months before the wedding.
Right.
The purpose of that for us to send out the save the date addresses, right? So we did that, and then 95% of our guests flew from out of state. And then you came up with an email confirmation of their itinerary.
Right.
Like, if you don't give us your itinerary by this day, I'm sorry, we're removing you from the guest list. And that got people moving. Like, people were like calling us, tell them no, we about to buy the ticket tomorrow. And, and really got the ball rolling. And then we also seen a fluctuate of numbers. Like, okay, this person really isn't coming. They haven't sent the itinerary. Piggybacking off of what you guys talked about, I don't think I would send an invoice to my guests. Yeah. Just because that is kind of the gamble that you take in planning an event like that, and it's unfortunate, but you do that when we talk about pros and cons, that's a con. Like, you're spending all this money, same thing you plan for your baby's birthday party, and you spending all this money for that, and people don't show up. Right. That's just a gamble that you take. Like, but do your best in what we did. Now,
when we're talking about that, like, y'all had 80, 85, 90 guests. Mm-hmm. Some of these weddings have 300 guests.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't want no big ass wedding like that. That's a lot.
Like if someone has a 300 guest wedding, and I mean, let's just give an example. We did a 300 guest wedding at Spring Cypress. Like, the budget would have to be what, at least $80K. Yeah. At least. Tell them. Am I lying? Tell them.
No. Weddings is expensive.
Right, tell them. And that's stretching the budget, right?
And we didn't even. I don't think I even tallied up everything yet, and I know we was.
Yeah, so at least, right? Yeah. So now, if you're a person, I don't know, man. I'm 50-50 on it. I just think, like...
Yeah, what do you think?
I think if I have a 50 to 100 person guest, like 150, no. But if I'm into the budget and, like, I'm paying... If it's like a destination event, it's like... And I done pay for your food, you know what I mean? And you... on the destination, the flight, and you come in and then you just cancel or something.
So let me ask you this: will you tell them that prior? Is that something you feel like is fair enough to?
I'm so crazy. I think I send a contract.
Yeah.
Now that's fair.
When you put it in that perspective, yeah, because it's like, well, look, hey, I'm letting you know up front. If you don't come, sign this contract. I don't know about,
like, in Houston, Houston Vibes, something like that. That's because I can replace that one. I can replace that person. Right. I can replace that person. But if it's like a destination event. For destination wedding, right? Like, my travel agent has to work with my guests to sign them a contract to where, like, once you book this hotel, you book it, because I'm paying for your food. You can't back out. I mean, you can back out, but you just owe me my money.
Yeah.
You owe me my $250. That's it.
I think if you tell them up front, I think it's fair enough to do that. But if they just don't come and you don't know, and then you send an invoice, it's like, and I think that's what happened in the viral video.
Yeah, because a lot of people was like, me personally, she know me. If I was to ever get like an invoice, I'm not paying you shit. Yeah. I'm sorry, but you can't force me to pay you.
Yeah, I think it's,
But what if they tell you ahead of time?
If they tell me ahead of time, then I know what I'm getting myself into.
Exactly. But if don't blindside me.
Yeah, if it's like after the wedding, then I get something in the mail saying that, hey, because you didn't show up to our wedding, then you owe us this X amount of money. I'm not gonna pay you. You can't force me to pay you.
Right.
And yes, I do. And
Howard,
to be honest, it might cause a fallout.
Yeah.
It might cause a fallout.
It should be a fallout.
Yeah.
Should it be a fallout if you waste $250?
It depends.
Money is the root
of all evil. I think it depends on your financial situation.
That, and it depends on the situation why they couldn't come. Because if they just didn't show up and they didn't give you like no explanation or no reason behind it, then it's like you just basically said fuck you.
That's disrespectful.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
I think I'm gonna ask everybody that question.
It's basically like you just said F them. I'm not gonna show, even though you play for they plate.
I think I'm gonna ask everybody that question. I'm also gonna ask a couple of clients that's like current. I'm gonna bring a couple of current clients on the show to see like where they're at with their planning process. I think I also want to even do like cake tastings, like for the show, like right here on the show, like or
bring it here,
or the how you do what we do food tastings right here on the show.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it's a plan. Like we're working through the plan. Okay, that's you're helping me out. I guess I'm broke. you know, I guess
you not.
I guess I'm cheap. Let me say that.
Oh shit, you ain't doing that.
I don't think you're cheap, Howard. I think you work with a bride, and so let's be honest. A relationship between a bride and their coordinator, like that, become your right hand man, and you're knowing the finances that they going in and out of. So you're taking it just as personal. You're there with them. You be
really
knowing about family drama, behind the scenes drama, like you knowing about all this stuff.
Yeah. So let's dive into that in terms of like the planning process. How was the planning process for y'all? You know, what were the ups and then what were the downs? And we can talk from both. Like we can go with.
So I'm gonna just be all the way 100.
We can speak up a little bit.
She did majority of the planning, you know, and I kind of was like on the backside, just she's giving me the rundown of stuff, and I would agree with her or I would disagree with her.
Yeah.
But for the most part, she did 95% of the planning. She ran it down by me. And some, you know, like I said, some stuff I agree with, some stuff I didn't. But for the most part, you know, like I said, she held it down.
I knew his case.
She
well, in saying that, like, okay, so we have a couple out there, right? Mm-hmm. That it's not in your situation. Like the groom is
involved.
And it's not the fact that you can be involved, not involved, right? What would you say, Brittany? How would you work with it? Like, if you have an involved groom, what is the pros of it, or is that something that you would prefer? How can I get the question out? Like,
I get what you're saying. I like the dynamics of us.
Okay.
I like the fact that, and then this is honestly like just our characteristics traits in general. Like I keep everything that I did and planned, everything was in mind. And what's so crazy is he like he said, I would run things by him, maybe like this, yes or no, et cetera, et cetera. But the comments that he did get involved in were pivotal. Like he came up with our main colors of the navy blue. Mm-hmm. You came up with that, and I was like stuck. I was like, no, we need a pop color, and he was like, let's do this, and I'm like,
so did you hide anything from him during the wedding planning process? Here we go, y'all.
That's a good question.
I'm thinking, because you know me, like I tell you everything. I tell you too much.
You pretty much an open book.
Yeah, I tell him too much, and I said for the most part. Like I told him
I'm ready because this is new to me.
Yes, for the most part, I told him everything. Let me put that out there. Like I tell him too much. I was telling him every single details that I felt like he didn't even care about. But something that I still have not told him, and he knows. I told him I'm not telling you this until our 5th year anniversary. Can you guess?
No, because I'm clueless as hell.
Tell him now.
You remember what I said? I was like, babe, I'm not telling you this like 5 more years. So we had an agreement on the budget of my wedding dress.
Yes.
Yes.
There we go.
First of all, if you have not seen my wedding dress, please go look at my wedding dress.
That's fire.
It's Weddings by Debbie, and they do not play. They've been open for over 20 plus years.
She's on the preferred vendor list.
Vendor list.
Yes. She don't even know it.
Let me just toot my horn. And from Weddings by Debbie, I'm the only person that has that dress. The designer completely switched the dress after I purchased it. That's a one and done.
Sell it.
The dress is fire. So yes, I told him that I'm not going to tell him the price of my dress until.
So what was the price of your dress?
But do you want to know?
What was the budget? Wait, what was the budget?
What was the budget?
First of all, this is what she told me. One day she had texted me. She said, "Babe, I need you to send me $2,900." I said, "For what?" She said, "Babe, just send it to me. I need to put it for my dress." I'm like, "All right." So I sent it to her. And then I get home.
You got money.
I ain't got no money. I get home and I'm like, babe, why is your dress $2,900? She said, babe, I don't owe that much on it. I just have to put that deposit down and that's that. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm like, but you gonna send my money back.
Yeah.
So she ended up,
I had a limit on my Zelle. Zelle only allowed you to take out $3,000. And I had already spent like $1,000 that day. And so my Zelle was not working. So that's why, but go ahead.
Nah, but so me thinking that her dress is probably like $3,200. I would assume, 35. A little over $3,000.
So now that you have seen the dress, how much do you think the dress is?
I don't know. So
take a guess.
I think it was.
It's probably $4,500.
It was what?
It was 55, right?
And what you
said? You paid $55,000?
I told him to guess. I didn't tell you that was the number. What's your number?
I'll give you about 35.
Hell no.
3,500 for that dress, babe?
No, it was.
Did
55.
you see my train?
It was 55. I think she told me.
How much you pay for that dress?
So, first of all, let's just say my mom gave me $1,000 towards my dress, and
shout out to the moms.
Okay, shout out to the moms.
Really be coming in clutch.
Right, my mom gave me $1,000.
Moms with my mom, I be calling them, hey mom.
Shout out to the moms. But what was our budget, really quick?
The budget, I don't remember.
I think our budget was $4,000 for my dress.
Was it $4,000?
So the dress was not $4,000. Damn, wait, you know what? Yeah, I did not plan on telling Jameel. But now that I'm thinking out loud,
it was $5,500. You told me
the dress was $5,600.
See, look, I'm the planner of the year, man.
You paid $5,600
because I remember her telling me. I was like, but I seen that dress. I was like, girl, I don't care.
Wasn't my dress fire?
It was fire, but you know me.
How much you pay for your suit?
$1,200.
There we go. $1,200 for 50.
And then where did you get it from? Shout them out.
I got it for Olympus Falls. I think it's Olympus Falls.
I haven't heard of them before.
You referred us.
I did?
Yes.
No.
That's not wasn't the one at Howard. Okay.
No.
The one I is I think it's JPR. They pretty good too.
I think I went to I can't remember who it was, but I went to him, and I didn't like. The process of getting my suit done was pretty much easy once I went with Olympus Falls.
Yeah.
The first dude, because I didn't go to too many people. The first dude I went to, I can't remember what his brand was, but when I sat down with him or whatever, I told him basically what I was looking for. Like, I'm a simple dude. I'm not one of them dudes that want to be all loud. Like, I'm very simple. You know,
and it was simple but live. It was nice.
It was nice.
So when I sat down with dude, he basically kept telling me what he think I should wear, and he wasn't listening to what I wanted. He kept, I think you should go with this. I think you should go with that.
Pay attention, girls.
So I was like, you not for me. And then his pricing was too up there.
I got a question for y'all about that, but I want to close you out. Like, you $1,200?
I'm 56. Let me just add this to the 56. Let me tell the bride something. First of all, after you purchase your dress, that's the purchasing price. Then you have to go through alterations.
How much alterations?
My alterations kept going up. I had to cut my dress. Cutting my dress was $800. Shorting my train to go around my waist. And then, you have to fit it for your body. So it was a fitting. Then I went at my jewels.
And then talk about the workout. Talk about like how you was literally working out because you wanted to make sure that it fit and look right.
Yes. And
then if you don't, you have to pay additional alterations.
You do.
Give them.
You do. All of that. And yes, I worked out maybe 9 months up. I had 2 separate trainers. Look, that's all in the wedding budget too. Like, include your trainers. Your trainers. I'm paying $200 a month on one trainer. No meat, just fasting. I mean, I kept drinking. You had to drink. I was like, there's no way I'm giving up alcohol during this wedding planning process. I remember I called Howard. I was taking shots on FaceTime with him of tequila. I
remember that.
But the alterations, and they were amazing. Wedding by Debbie, all their staff members was amazing. But the price goes up. I think I purchased it at like $4,000, but the alterations, the fixing, my dress came in gray. I switched it to ivory, off-white, like all those little details matter. So I'm glad that I can tell him the price and he's seen how beautiful it looked because it was fire.
Bruh.
It was fire. We should have bought Howard a thank you card. I just made thank you cards. All right, we got you.
I know you appreciate me. I appreciate
y'all.
I appreciate y'all more than you appreciate me. You don't understand. People send me. I have people sending me y'all wedding, and I'm not too big on marketing yet because I don't know. I'm a little weird with it, but people send me your weddings all the time.
Really?
Just the one clip. I haven't even. I got more. I'm waiting on it. I got the pictures ready. I'm ready to post.
I just showed him yesterday. I said we got 4,200 views on our video.
We got video. We got all the staff is required to record videos. We got all them videos. It's just I just haven't. I've been really kind of focusing on the structure of the business to where when it take off or because it actually is growing, I want to be ready for it. You know what I mean? That type of thing. And I'm like all of my clients are like per referral. So if I know like if somebody's coming per referral, more than likely they're going to sign. Yeah. But that's great insight. That was really, really good. I like that.
You just made me tell this man what's my dress.
I'm still stuck on the fact that she just said she paid $5,600 for her goddamn wedding dress.
But it wasn't.
She got $1,000 from her mom.
$4,600.
So $4,600.
And then I'm paying. I bought the dress a year in advance, so like it wasn't. You don't really brides. You don't see $5,600 come out your account.
You don't see it.
It's gradually you making payments. Okay.
Do we put that in the budget?
I think so.
We didn't put it in the budget.
We did.
Oh no! Well, no. I'm saying as far as like overall,
so we should.
Overall, so what I do, like what I do with my clients is it's very hard to give you an overall budget because you might not want menu place cards, or you might want menu place cards. You might not want charger plates. You might not want like shoes, or your suits. You might just want to go to Men's Warehouse. So what I do with the budget is like I'll just do the main vendors, and you probably don't know this, but like the catering, the venue, the planning, the decor, photography, videography, bar, DJ, and then I give you like okay, like you might need 20, 30, 20, 10, 15 for inflation or money that you got to spend for all these additional items. So that might have went into that. But when she told me, I was like, what the fuck? When she showed me it, I was like, okay.
My dress?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When the videographer came in, the photographer came in, they was like, it was beautiful.
It was hard. All right, so when you were talking,
it was all for you, babe.
Yeah,
I just want you to cry, and he did.
I didn't cry.
When you were talking, you talked about how you give a person your vision and then they kind of change it up. Mm-hmm. So in the event planning industry, like we have event planners that like some are like give me a couple of pictures and I do the rest and don't talk to me for the rest of the time, or like not don't talk to me but like I take your vision, I do everything, and you just step away. And then some are like, well, I would say for me, I am like, give me your vision. I'm going to expand on your vision, but I'm going to work through your vision. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that? This is from like a business side of the things. Like I would honestly be true to you. Like in terms of the budget, right? In terms of the budget, this is crazy. So if you have $20,000, you're more than prone to being into the news, right? Like you're more prone to being like, where is this going? Where's it going? Mm-hmm. But if you have, 50, 60, they don't even care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I would honestly say y'all were in the middle. So you care, but it's fine because I'm that type of person. You care to where you care enough, and we make decisions together. And I'm that type of planner, so we make decisions together. But it doesn't bother me if it's another person that's like, okay, here, take the money and do whatever you want to do with it.
Right.
But what would you prefer?
I think the first option. I felt like. And
then in the planning process or the consultation, did you go through those type of situations? I feel like you did. You said one lady told you like she doesn't just do it.
Yeah.
Or did you have a consultation where it's like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do?
Right. I did. And again, it goes back to me saying, and a lot of people have asked me this question. I knew what type of bride I was. I knew I wanted to be involved in my wedding planning process. I had visions. I had sketches. Like before I even start interviewing or doing consultations with people, I had a full sketch on what I wanted. Yeah. So it was like, hey, this is my vision. Can you execute it? I just need to, and then I'll explain it as to why I chose you. I don't know if you can ask me that question later.
That's next.
But
that's next.
I had sketches. I already knew what I wanted. I knew how I wanted it. I just needed someone that I knew can execute it. And yes, I like that you said, I'll have my vision, but if you can like open up my horizons a little bit better and still keep the vision that I want, I'm open. I'm open to it all. But don't change it. If I want blue and you tell me to get purple.
When we talk about that, your columns, the day of your wedding.
What columns?
The columns that the flower.
Oh, the acrylics.
The acrylics.
Oh yes, we never started talking about that. Yes. So let's tell Jameel.
Yeah, because I'm kind of clueless.
So the acrylic stands, I think it was like a couple of days before.
They broke.
Yes.
They broke on me.
Yes.
Oh.
They broke. They were I ordered them. They're a little bit too cheap. To be honest, transparent. They're a little bit too cheap. Right. So I contact one of my vendors in Royal Luxury Events. She's very, very good. Anna, I love her, by the way. Anna is very, very good. Like if you plan a wedding, you got the budget, go with Anna. Contact me first. We can go to Anna.
Okay.
But so I contact Anna. I'm like, this is the situation. She's like,